Hey, how's it going? This is a box. It's an empty box that had these cookies in it. And they came in, the cookies come in a container like this. And I thought, what could that hold? Well, it could hold washi tape rolls. I was gonna grab a couple to show you, but it's a, not the really big ones, but because I have some big rolls, but I also have little rolls, the common ordinary rolls. If you're a crafter, you probably have a lot of washi tape. So also I thought, well, I don't want to leave it just like this. I want to cover it with something. And my first thought was maybe to take acrylic paint, but I don't think it's going to stay on here. I think it's going to come off, kind of flake off, and I don't want that to happen. Oh, this one has a little dent in it. Oh, that would be good for my project. So what I started doing was, I have another one here because these cookies, I have these cookies on Subscribe and Save from Amazon. They are delicious. I get a case of 6 boxes. Right now they're coming every month, but I'm probably going to change that to once every 2 months. But right now I'm obsessed with them, so not once. And there are 18 cookies in each of these containers. And they come in a foil lined bag, so this whole thing fits. Sorry, that's my project. This whole thing fits in a foil lined bag, and I just kind of take off one edge and then take a scissors to it, and then I put this into a slider bag, a quart-sized slider bag. Oh no, probably a gallon-sized bag. And then I have like a couple of cookies. I think a serving is 2 cookies. Yeah, 2 cookies is a serving. There's the nutrition fact sheet there for you, and yeah. Ooh, 60 milligrams of potassium. That's good. These are plant-based. That's the draw, I guess, or the advertising for it. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial colors or flavors. They are not gluten-free. They are, I'm going to put it this way. You can read sideways, right? Non-GMO, no high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors or colors, no hydrogenated oils, plant-based. Plant-based. And so I got them and I love them. They also, Back to Nature also makes almost like the golden Oreos, form of that, and I ordered those and I did not like them. I'm like, oh no. So I took them to work where my colleagues loved them. I thought that was great. So what I decided to do was start covering this with masking tape, and I'm going to continue that on video now. And then I started this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. So it's like every once in a while grab it off my area over here and then start putting pieces of tape on it. It's an ongoing thing. So for today's project, I'm gonna do that. I did have something else in mind to do, but it takes too long to do it. Like, it's Saturday. It's Saturday, and tomorrow this video will show up on my channel, and the other project would have taken too long. I just didn't I've been working in Blackboard trying to get my courses set up for the spring semester, even though technically I'm on winter break still. I have to start maybe a week and a half before classes begin to get my courses set up, because a lot of it's just changing dates for everything, and that takes up a lot of time. And then, you know, also revising some documents that I have to work on, and then revise the syllabus and stuff, you know, so that stuff takes a lot of time. Okay, yesterday alone I worked on one item that took several hours, but I did end up making 3 different copies for 3 different types of courses. Okay, so I was working on this part right here because, so let's show you. Right way down in there, and I thought, oh, how am I going to do that? Like, get the masking tape in there. This is just masking tape. This is the roll that I use. I'll put a link to the brand. I think it's Lechamp. I get them from Amazon, and when I order these, they come in a box of 6 rolls, I think it is. And I'm going to put the little pieces here on this cheap plastic palette, and I modified it, I hacked it so that it doesn't make a lot of noise, because that was another project I was going to do. So remember last week when I was doing the swatching, I kept doing this, and I was like, oh, I gotta be careful, don't, you know, be careful. Like, I had to hold it down. And then I mentioned in the video, and I think I left it in there too, that I need to come up with something to prevent that from happening so easily. So I did that. And I did that while the video was uploading to my channel. So maybe I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so now it's nice and quiet. But what I want to use this for is not for paint. I'm multi-purposing this thing here. Okay, and I was talking about this. I'm sorry, I got totally off track there. I got squirrel moments galore. Okay, so to get the masking tape way in there, what I did was, and this reminded me of a game from way back when called Operation. If you know about the game Operation, does that even still exist? And what company made it? Hasbro, was it? Or I have no idea. But I took pieces of masking tape. I'm going to show you here. What I have to do with the tape is I want all torn edges on all sides. So I take off a strip of tape and I'm putting it on this board, a piece of cardboard here, and then who knows, maybe I don't know if I'll paint this one up or not. And then I tear the pieces of tape. I think I've done this on camera as well, the masking tape, and then put that on the edge there so I can take them off. Now this still does kind of tip over a little, but it's not as bad. It's a much softer sound as well. I might have to make a wider base. I can't get it off my finger. Okay, so what I did was I would fold it like this and take the inverted tweezers and just kind of go like that on the edge, and then go down in there to get it perfectly. And then I would use the tip of these scissors to kind of pull that off like this. I'm gonna show you here since I might be doing that here. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this way because the opening there, oh no, I can do it this way. It worked perfectly earlier, I'm telling you. Okay, do that, and then get that off and open that up and just kind of smooth it out with these. So that's how I did it. Operation. I definitely did not want the tape to stick to the sides of the wall before I got it down there. Okay, so I'll probably do this a little bit in real time. Oh, I want to do this one. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish it today, but you know, I might as well do some of it on video, a lot of it off video, like I've already done. And let me see here, and then, you know, close it up. I'm planning to do only about 30 minutes of the video, and I know that sometimes I get a little carried away and I get totally involved in my videos, and next thing I know it's like an hour later, like, oh no, I didn't want an hour later. So I'm gonna shoot for 30 and keep track. That leaves me about maybe 20 or so minutes left on the clock, on the Handycam's clock, so to speak. Okay. So probably for the next month, the other project that I wanted to do is also has to do with covering containers. So probably for the next month, I will be doing that, you know, covering containers in different ways. So I'm always thinking, what can I cover this container with and that container? And sometimes I get bored with doing the duct tape method, and I'm trying to think too, what did I cover? Oh, I know what I covered with masking tape. It was a cardboard box, right? And then I used alcohol ink markers. I'll put that video in the description for this video, so you can see what that's about. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do that. And there may be some fast forwarding here, because, you know, what am I doing? I'm putting tape. Want me to zoom in for you a little bit? Putting tape on a plastic container. One good thing about putting the tape on these containers is that it cuts back on the noise that the container makes, because this container, like here, this part, the corner parts here are very fragile. See how loud that is? That's very loud to me. I don't know if it's going to be very loud to you, but that's a little annoying. Also, when I put it down, it's going to make some noise, you know. And it's very lightweight, so would move around or slide around a lot. I would have to put maybe like cork board or something, adhesive backed cork sheets here or something to keep it from moving. But I can still do that with this. This one is much quieter. Doesn't slide around as easily as the other one does. And I can decorate it later. So there might be a second part to this video, but it's not going to be in 2 weeks. It's not going to be in 2 weeks. I might do this one, how I put this on, how I went about doing that. And I noticed that last week's video, I apologize for last week's video being, how many minutes was it? 44 minutes long. And I should have put something in the title that said plus sorting or something like that. So it's if you clicked on it, you're thinking this isn't swatching. I thought she was gonna swatch. But always read the descriptions for videos, especially mine. And in particular, like 44 minutes for 12 powders. What's up with that? So I do mention it in the description, and of course I mention it in the video when I opened up. You know, I don't have an opening greeting. I do have a greeting, hey, how's it going? But I don't have anything further when I do crafting videos. Like for the swatching videos, it's swatch with me, but I don't have anything like that for the crafting version. Do I need something like that? Let me know in comments. I don't know. I don't want to say craft with me. I don't know. And I'm thinking about stopping on the swatch with me, but we'll see how it goes. See how the year goes or whatever. Okay. So that's the process. It's to tear off the edge here, and I have to tear it off so I can get the torn edges. And if I decide to use, I think I can use acrylic markers on the paint here, and still have that same effect on the torn edges. I think I did something like that. I'm trying to think, what did I cover? I'm not sure if I covered, I'm not sure I did a video on it. You know, it was watching YouTube videos or something, and then, you know, doing something. I have to be doing something. I can't just sit and watch a video. Is anybody else like that? I know there are plenty of people in this world that are like that. They just can't sit still. So I was just thinking, you can't really see because of the lighting. Can you see me putting the pieces in there? What I want to say is, if you plan to do something like this and you have a boatload of masking tape on hand, to tear the pieces, you know, to remove the edges, if you want to do torn pieces, it really does make a difference if the pieces are torn or not torn. So the color outlines better on the edges when the edges are torn. And like I said, watch the video. I'll put a link to in the description, like as I mentioned before, where I covered a small box about that big with masking tape, and then I took alcohol ink markers and I colored the tape. So when I did, and it went to, oh, I did a big one, right? Kind of a big box, I think. And I covered it. When I got to the edge, it makes a darker color. And I think it does that even with acrylic paint, like acrylic paint markers, for example. And I want to think, did I do that? I think I might have tried it with the glitter acrylic markers. What brand name? Oh yeah, I have the package of them back there. I know exactly where they are, but I can't remember the name. Was it Artistro? Was it something else? I can't remember. I don't think it was Artistro. I think those are the Artistro ones are long, right? And there were like 72. No, it could have been 48 colors or something, I think. And I think I already swatched them. But these, the metallic or the glitter ones, I already swatched those as well. I just can't recall the name brand at the moment on video and proper noun disorder. So even off video, I'll probably struggle. I just have to go grab them to see what is the brand name. I can't remember. Okay, so what I want to say here is, you know, do the torn edges because you'll get a different coloring effect instead of straight edge. Now you could do the straight edge if you don't want to see darker edges, you know, as opposed to maybe you want everything to be the same solid color, you know, or the same color and no fluctuation in shading. So that's fine. You can do that too. I prefer to do it this way with torn edges all the way around. And then also it helps to fluctuate the pieces. So and that helps as well. And that helps with the design. It gives off a really good look. And again, you don't have to do that. Okay, you could actually take strips of the tape like this, you know, and you could make these straight edge. Maybe you're a straight edge person. Straightish edge. And I'm gonna grab the other container. Okay, and then maybe you want to do it this way, you know, or this way. Oh man. How do you want to do it? And do it straight across like that if you want to. I don't want to do it that way. I prefer to do the like this method, which is torn edges all the way around on all sides, and little pieces mixed in with larger pieces, and alternate how I put them in there. Like not all in one direction, but to kind of switch it up a bit. And then the first thing I did was the edge here, and I did these on the inside and outside. These little jobbies here. I wonder if that's for stacking. No, wait. That's not for stacking. Hello. Maybe it's for stacking this way. Maybe it's from the mold. It's probably from the mold. The cat is downstairs. I can hear him being loud. Oh, I can put this one. This is from the inner recesses of the other container. Also, in Fast Forward, I was trying to make sure, one, that I was in viewing range for you, and then getting all of these pieces here. It's very hard to see what is shaded and what's not shaded. Oh, it might be coconut. Using the facilities. And that was important because to cover up what I covered on the outside, do it on the inside, and then go back out to the outer part here and do that. Or, you know, I might cover the inside area here that's not covered, and that might make it easier to cover it outside. I don't know, it's hard to tell because I'm like, where is it? And maybe you saw me do this before putting the tape in, and that's to feel around for the plastic that hasn't been covered. What do you think? Are you planning to do something like this? Do you cover objects? I mean, containers. Do you cover objects? I guess that applies too. Oh, this one I can put to use. I'll do that later off camera. I'll give you an update as I do, as I progress, I should say, on this. And maybe in next week when I do the swatching, I don't even know what I'm swatching. What am I swatching? Oh, it might be another set of 72 pencils. Who knows? Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a creative day. Bye.